looking at Joe Biden's speech and reacting to it was partially a campaign speech, and you can't take that away from what he just said. He's less than 5 months now from Election Day, Matt. I want to get your take on we've got this Quinnipiac poll out this morning. Donald Trump's got a 5-point lead. Again, this is one of the first real substantial post-verdict polls. We're a week removed from the guilty verdict in New York, and Trump's got a 5-point lead nationally over Joe Biden, and that's Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac typically leans a little bit to the left, as do so many of these polls. What did you make of Joe Biden's speech? And then just sort of this narrative that we don't really know which Joe Biden we're going to get. He goes in campaigns and can't get through a speech, and then he shows up in France, and technically, he was fine. He made it through the speech without any real issues.
We're all dancing around the same problem that Joe Biden has had for quite a long time. When he was a senator, he wasn't considered the sharpest knife in the drawer, to say it nicely. He wasn't considered to be a very highly intelligent operating senator. But you could still be a decent senator if you're kind of in the middle of the pack, like he was in law school, or actually he was kind of at the bottom end of the pack. But now you have this question of that. What's added on to that is the fact that he's a very old guy. And what's interesting is I'm watching all these clips about the Hunter's laptop and all the journalists who came out and said it was Russian disinformation. None of them have apologized, by the way. And you watch Joe Biden just 4 years ago to today. It's a remarkable slide. And I don't like saying it because I think when we have a president who's not considered on top of his game, what happens is bad guys around the world do terrible things. And we have 2 wars going on. We have Iran being aggressive. We have China being aggressive. We have Putin being aggressive. I don't know what's around the corner, but it's a dangerous chapter of American history. What we did in Afghanistan sent a message to the world when we left billions of dollars of equipment behind and left people behind to die, put our soldiers in harm's way. We sent a message to the world that America isn't up to the challenge of protecting freedom. And I think going over to this important celebration today, I understand they're trying to make up for some of these mistakes and be there. And it's an important time for the American president to be there, but he can't execute. It's just the fact.